All right. Let's see. Okay. Hey, everybody. You know the deal. Going to give you guys an opportunity to come on in here, and we're going to get this thing rolling. Okay, here we go. Here we go. There we go. Oh, that's not what I was trying to do. There we go. Hey, everybody. Hey. I'm just taking a moment to share this out, and then we're going to get rocking and rolling. Okay, there we go. All right. Hey, guys. What's going on? Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever in the world you are watching this or whenever you are watching this. I know that some of you are my incredible replay rock stars. If you are watching this via replay, give me a hashtag replay. Let me know you're here. And if you are one of my incredible Kingdom Bosses in our incredible Kingdom Boss community and Facebook group, I want you to give me a hashtag tribe and let me know that you are here, or even you can type in hashtag Kingdom Boss. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing started, guys, because I've got so much to share and I don't want this to be super long. So welcome. I know that for some of you, this is your first time tuning in. And this is Kingdomboss Masterclass. That's right, we're here every single Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes it's myself interviewing incredible guests. Other times it is just me. And tonight, guys, it is just me. And I'm super excited. There we go. That's the proper banner. Oh my goodness. Lord have mercy. And tonight is just me, guys. And I'm going to be sharing something with you that came up in conversation. So what is Kingdomboss Masterclass? This is the place where we have kingdom conversation for kingdom CEOs, all right? And we're talking about building a profitable Christ-centered brand. And we also talk about what it takes to thrive, spirit, soul, body, and business. And so if you are in the place of launching and finally saying yes to your dreams and building your business, this is the place for you. If you're seasoned like myself and you've been doing this for a while, but it is your desire to do it the kingdom way and to do it God's way, this is also a space for you. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. This topic today literally came up. I was in a group session with some clients, and one of them said something to the degree of, I should have wrote this down, but because I can't remember exactly how she said it, but she basically said, you know, I did my launch and I realized that after my family, my friends, my cousins, my neighbors, all those good people bought it, I realized, oh snap, who was I actually going to sell it to? And I said to her, oh, so you figured it out, that there is something I'm gonna probably coin the launch audience effect, because I think that's what it really is. And so I said, this is what happens. I said, this is the thing that tricks people, is that I say to them, you know, you need to build an audience and all this stuff I'm going to say. I said, but this is what happens. They let it go in one ear and out the other. And I'm like, whatever. And so they launched the thing, the shirts, the business, the book, whatever it is that you do. We're going to just affectionately call it the thing. Hopefully that's okay. Okay. You launch the thing and you get an overwhelming response. You get family, cousins, neighbors, co-workers, church members, people in the street, all of it. It's that launch effect. Everybody's interested. Everybody wants it. And so you're like, I don't know if she's talking about. I'm kicking butt out in these streets. I'm selling. And then you get to a place where you have successfully reached the end of the city limits. You have sold to every family member, cousin, neighbor, whatever. And then you start to realize, oh, snap, I don't actually have a real audience, And so it's something I'm very passionate about teaching, because all of us are going to experience it. If you're newer in business and you wrote the book, launched the thing, put the thing together, whatever the thing is, okay, I told you we're just affectionately calling it the thing, but it's love in that. You might still be on that early high. And so this could be, this could be something that you haven't experienced yet. Put it on a shelf because you're going to come to it. Or you might be somebody who has already found this out for yourself. And you're like, well, how do I move forward from this place, Tiffany? I was the person who put the book out, sold a bunch of copies to the family and everybody. And then now, to be honest, I'm not really selling it anymore because I didn't have a real audience. So I want to talk about that. If you've been here before, you already know what I'm about to say. If you're new here, I tend to have 3 points. It's just the thing I learned in ministers training, and I just can't seem to, every time I prepare for a live, somehow 3 points come out. So that's what I got tonight. Hey, Tanya, what's going on? One of my Kingdomboss Society VIP members. Good to see you. Thank you. Somebody actually gave this to me. And I'm going to put her website up so that you can go there as well. She gave me 2 necklaces to choose from. And I was like, ooh, I like this one. This is pretty. So thank you, Tanya. I appreciate that. So listen, I'm going to give you a moment to share this because everybody knows somebody this has happened to. It was either you or a family member who wrote the book, started the t-shirt line, started selling the jewelry, the makeup, the coaching, whatever, and has experienced what it's like to have this awesome launch, and then all of a sudden the sales start coming back down. All right. And so I'm going to give you a way to get your real audience to stand up. Because can I tell you something? And again, I'm going to bet that most of you watching this have pretty much already found this out. The cousins, the aunties, the family members, the friends, they're not necessarily, I'm not saying necessarily because it's possible that they are in there, but they're not your audience. Let me take a quick left turn, and then I'm going to come back to this. This is also the reason sometimes I get frustrated or burdened when I see people constantly posting that, my family members won't support my business. Are they your customers? Are they your audience? If somebody in my family is like selling men's boxers, I really can't buy those. I can support by giving a referral, but we have to kind of give a little more grace to people who are our family and friends, because sometimes we're expecting them to be our customers. And I'm going to be honest with you. Okay. If you're new here, just clutch your pearls. I tend to be honest. Sometimes it makes us either makes us lazy, or it's because we're lazy. And we just think all 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 of our Facebook friends are going to buy something, and then we're not going to have to put in any work. But that's not the reality. The reality is you're going to have to do some work to actually create an audience of people. Here's the win in it for you. When you do it properly, and I'm going to talk about this, they'll buy from you over and over again. It's not going to just be the one purchase. They're now a part of you. They are bought into your message. And so you have successfully monetized yourself. Anything you offer them, they will be interested in. All right, I'm getting ahead of myself. So here we go. We're going to talk about building your real audience so that after you get past your launch audience, your warm market, your friends and your family and your people who will buy whatever just because they love you, now we need to get to a base of people who are genuinely just interested in your message, in what you do and what you offer, and will be interested in this and whatever you have coming, not as a support or a help to a friend, but because, hey, I find value in what you're doing and I'm going to continue to buy from you. All right. So the first one is who. All right. Who in the world are you selling this to? This is going to sound so simple. I feel like, honestly, a lot of times this stuff I talk about, when I hear it come out of my own mouth, I be like, duh. But because I coach so many people, I know the reality is most of you are not implementing this stuff in your business for real. Okay. And so who is your target? So here's an example I usually give when it comes to that. If I want to create a jewelry line, right? Let's say I want to create a jewelry line. I'm going to give you 3 to 4 potential audiences. One of those audiences could be young girls between the ages of 5 to 12. Okay. Another potential audience could be millennials between the ages of 25 to 35. Another audience could be, and I don't know if those ages I don't know. So rock with me on it. And then another age could be, seniors or older, more mature women who are 55 plus. Another audience could be men, right? With like watches. And can I tell you that for those 4 audiences I just listed, all of those would look completely different. To be honest, more than likely, the company name, right? The tagline, the colors, the way that they exist in the world would look completely different based on who they're selling it to. And believe it or not, I don't know, I still haven't figured it out after all these years coaching and in business. This tends to be an area where people struggle so much. You know why? Here we go, especially believers, because we want to help everybody. So when I say, who is this for? We say, it's for everybody. The answer is, it's not for everybody. It may be for everybody, but it is going to resonate more with a specific group of people. And you're going to do yourself a great service by figuring out who those people are so you can get your messaging in front of them and get quicker, bigger results. If you try to just sell to everybody, you're going to deal with a lot of frustration, and the numbers aren't going to look like what you want it to look like. But I get it. We're believers. We just love everybody. It's like, no, Tiffany, this book is for everybody. Well, I understand what you're saying. However, once you really begin creating an audience, here's one thing I got a little fly in here, Lord Jesus. Here's what I want you to understand is that when you're creating your marketing messaging, marketing is a lot like dating and courting, right? Or just relationships in general. It doesn't have to be a romantic one. In order for you to really create messaging that's captivating to their heart and gets their attention, you got to actually know them. There are certain things that just wouldn't get my attention. And so somebody who doesn't know me may put something in front of me that's not of interest, but people who know me know, oh, she's going to like this. It's the same way with your audience. If you can be diligent enough to say, I really created this product line for girls between 10 to 16. Great. Now we can dig deeper and figure out what are their buying habits. It's more than likely their parents buying. So, should we be marketing to the parents? Like, you're going to give yourself more information when you can figure out who is it actually for? And I know, I'm spending a lot of time here. I promise I'm getting to my next 2 points. But I'm telling you, in all of my years of coaching, this is an area that I've had clients be 3, 6, 9 months just nailing down their who. Because in their heart of hearts, as they started out, they just was like, oh, it's for everybody. And then when we really got down to it, they identified that, oh, this is for single mothers. This is for married couples within the first 5 years. This is for, college students. This is for underserved. Like, they were able to get super laser specific. And I also noticed that there's a level of clarity that comes when you know exactly who it's for, So who is your target? Here's y'all want to know another mistake I see people do all the time? You create a new Facebook page, a like page, and you just go through your whole friends list and invite them to like your page. That is not, no, you should not do that. Not because it's spammy or because people aren't interested, even though that's true, but because you want a very targeted, you want a very targeted following. This is not your face. This is not your profile page, your like page. You need to have a targeted following of people who are there, not just because they're friends and family doing you a favor, but because they're genuinely interested. And so as much as it is a slower build to not just go through your whole Facebook list and invite all those people, it's going to be a more accurate build when people actually just like your page because they like the videos, they like the posts, they like the content, and it resonates with who they are. Those people are actually going to be the ones who are much more likely to buy from you. So the question is, do you just want a bunch of numbers, of fluff, of, oh, look how many followers I have? Or would you prefer to maybe have a more trim number, but these people are actually interested and want to take part in what you're doing? All right. So that first one was target. It is really important. Lord knows I spend a lot of time working with clients on that. It is such a door to the rest of the process. Who is this for? Even Jesus said, I am come to seek and to save the lost. You know, like he was aware of like who I am come for. If Jesus can know that technically he was for everybody, but he's like, hey, this is who I'm focused on. Can I tell you that you have permission to be focused on one group of people? Thank you, Sheila. You know, it's okay. I know you're like, I'm going to leave people out. Hey, Jesus said, I'm focused on this group of people. What about you? Okay. So that's the first one that I want to give to you is who is your target? The second one is what? Now this builds, right? So that's also tends to be my style is that we're going to take it in sequential order because once you know who your audience is, it's going to typically align with what is the transformation that you know you're called to offer them. What are they experiencing? And I see Tanya on here. It could be something as simple as she said Jesus had a niche, and he did. In fact, come on, he did, right? So the thing about it, is that there, no matter what you offer. So here we go. Like I said, we got Tanya on here, and she has a product and apparel line. Guess what? It may seem to somebody like, oh, these are just shirts. No, this is an opportunity for somebody to wear their faith, to be bold about who they are in Christ through her chosen apparel line. It's not just shirts. That's the transformation that she offers. That if you want to be more bold in your faith, maybe even wear clothing that is a statement piece to get people asking you questions and allows you to evangelize more. That's what this product line is about. You see how that, right? And so you got to know what's the transformation that you offer. If you have a makeup line, is it for women like myself who wear makeup all the time for business? Video marketing is a huge part of my business. So even though we've been in COVID, honey, I've gone through some makeup because I use it every time I'm on camera. Okay, I don't have on much right now, but I got a little brow and I got a little lip. When I'm doing other marketing, I may have a full face on. So is your product line for me? Or is it for somebody who's just starting, doesn't know a lot about makeup, maybe wants to just boost their self-esteem? We're two different audiences. You would have to market to us differently because I can completely beat my face from top to bottom, contouring, highlighting, all the shades, all the things. So if you offered a beginner class, that wouldn't be for me. But is it for who you are targeting? And this is really key as well, because I see a lot of network marketers. I'm going to do a session for network marketers because I feel it in my bones. Like, as a network marketer, you're not exempt from this. If you do Mary Kay or any of the other companies, guess what? You still have to become a real marketer too. I spent 10 years in network marketing, and I'm going to tell you, listen, and then I'm gonna get off topic, and I'm gonna do another session on this. But outside of the script, you're gonna have to still learn how to market. You know, if you decide to do Mary Kay, do you want to target women like me who are constantly having to do their face because they're on camera and doing things? Do you want to target moms who are at home right now and want to feel a little bit more beautiful? Who are you going to target? Okay, so I wanted to say that. You see, Tanya, you know, you was on here and it just came to my mind fresh. Yes, Cheryl, you know, first day of makeup school, we learned about that, which was the truth of real makeup is that you need it for camera purposes, right? So what is the transformation? That's going to be so important because, well, Tiffany, how am I going to get these people to follow me? How am I going to get them to care about what I'm saying? By talking to their transformation. Talk about what they need. When I talk about people who are struggling to grow their business, struggling to package their purpose, struggling to identify how they can monetize their experience and their expertise, some people don't care anything about that. And that's because they're not for me. But the people who are like, yeah, that's where I am. I got this idea. I got this thing, but I don't know what to do with it. Those are my people. And so I speak their language. I describe the problem in the way that they describe the problem. And that's how they find me. And you've got to do the same thing. You got to say, you know, Cheryl, you got to say, if you're a single mom and you know what, you never thought you could build wealth by yourself, but now I'm telling you, you can. And I'm going to teach you through, you know, saving and through stock, how to build wealth. You know, that's going to get the attention of the single moms who that's for or whoever, you know. So talk to their transformation. Talk to the very place. Speak to the things that they're wondering about in their mind. And you know it because you've served them, you've talked to them. Now, if you're brand new in your business, ministry, whatever you're doing, then what I typically recommend people to do is pull together a focus group. You know, get about 5 or 6 people who are within that age group, demographic, education level, whatever it is that you've decided, I'm creating this for this group of people, and you don't have customer feedback yet, don't make it up. Let me say that now. Don't make it up, okay? We're talking business, not hobby. CEOs make data-driven decisions. My Kingdom Boss is on here. If you heard me say that before, just give me a 1 in the comments, okay? Because I say it all the time. We make data-driven decisions, not because I feel like it, okay? And so you still need some data. So pull together, you know, some people within that target audience and ask them what they're experiencing, what they're feeling, and use that as feedback until you get your own customers. Now, I have an audience base. I have customers. I have previous customers. I have prospective customers. So I tend to ask them and poll them. Even 8 years in full time. Yes, I want to know, what do you think about this? Would this serve you? Are you trying to figure this out? And that helps me create for them and market to them. Okay, so speak through your transformation. Thank you, Tanya, because I know I say it all the time. That's one of the things I say all the time is that CEOs make data-driven decisions and not just, I just feel like my audience is going to like this design. Why do you feel that? Do you have anything to back that up? Then we're going to need you to get that before you spend the money to create this. Okay. And lastly, this one is definitely important, especially in the age we're in now, when you really begin to understand the psychology of why people are buying and supporting. Again, I'm not talking about your family and your cousins who are just going to buy it the one time just because, hey, it's you. I'm talking about your real audience, the people you want to come back over and over and over as you create new things. And they're not buying as a favor. They're buying because they find value in you. This tribal thing is really, really important. One of the books that I need to finish, but I've made it a good way through. It's called The Membership Economy by Robbie Baxter. She is a former executive at Netflix. And so the book is about membership-based business, but some of the lessons I've learned can be applied to even those of you who don't have a membership-based business. And she's just talking about the psychology of belonging. People want to belong somewhere. And so how can you tap into that and create a tribal effect? And no matter what you're doing, you could be an artist, a singer, or a coach, or anything. There is a way. And so the question is, where are you going to gather these people? Are you going to have a Facebook group? Are you going to create an app? Where are you going to let your tribe gather? Okay. So obviously, if we use the example of church, and one of the things that is difficult for us right now is that we can't gather together in the sanctuary. That's the place where we would come together and just be together and have that tribal effect. Well, the truth is, you can do that same thing online. And some of the benefits of doing it online, there's always, pros and cons to everything. There's some benefits to in person, but one of the benefits to creating a tribe online is you can have people everywhere. And so, once we are allowed and really able to get back into in person, I would say you have to figure out the mix of how much are we going to get together in person and where am I going to create a tribe online so that somebody who finds me in Africa or Europe or California who's interested in what I do can also be connected, right? To have this tribal effect. Because again, we're talking about community now. We're talking about repeat business. There are people in my audience now, and it's funny because I've tracked it. There are people in my audience who will pretty much buy whatever I offer. I've seen people in my audience buy a course. And I'm like, you don't even need that course. You took the last one and you got that information. But because they're tribe, they're connected, they'll buy it. They trust me. They trust my value enough. And they're like, oh, you got something? Okay, we want it. And that's what you want. You don't just want people who are just in your audience. You want that tribe. Okay. So that's really all I got for you guys today. I just wasn't going to be long. I just wanted to give you, those three things. Yeah, come on, Cheryl. Thank you. So I love the Amen Corner. So I want to also mention this as well. I'm super, super, super excited about this. I am hosting the Blueprint 2021 event, January 28th through 30th. Let me I'm always honest here, so I don't even know why. Let me tell you why I'm hosting this event. Oh gosh. As a minister of the gospel, 12 years. Yeah, that number is right. I shouldn't have to think about this long every time, but I do. As a coach, as all these things, right? All the things. As a PK, I'm so tired of seeing people hope, wish, pray for things 2, 5, 7, 10 years, and it just not come to pass. And what I realized about myself a long time ago is that God has given me the practical anointing. I'm not the big theory, just necessarily feel good person. Anybody who's coached with me, and I have some clients on here, will tell you, I am in the nitty gritty day to day. How do I actually do this? Because I'm so tired of people having the big dream, but just not having the tools or the information to make it happen. And so year after year, they're like, I'm believing God. I'm going to start this business. I'm going to write this book. Where is the book? Where is the business? Sis, why is happening? And we singing and dancing and shouting and praying. Where is the thing? And so as I prepared, I've been doing, conferences and everything every year. I said, this year I'm going in a different direction. I'm going to hone deep into my genius zone and really help people create a strategy. The reason that I've been able to help my clients take their ideas, pull them out of their head, and turn them into 5-figure months and days, and I've been able to do the same thing, is not because I just love Jesus. It is because of that, but it's because after I leave my prayer closet, I sit down and I strategize. And I realize that, you know what? I've got to create a space to really show people how to do that. Because many of you have goals. I want to do this much speaking. I would like to sell this many books. I like to host this event. I like to do this. But if I really asked you a series of questions of how you're going to get there, you're like, I hadn't really thought about all that. And that's okay. Together at the Blueprint 2021, this is a 3-day mastery event for Christian authors, speakers, entrepreneurs, and those of you who are aspiring, because we're going to really walk through several different processes. Number one, brand positioning. What do you want to be known for this year? What do you want to do? What kind of opportunities would you actually like to attract towards you? Because you got to think about that. If I gave you an option of 3 different speaking opportunities, which one would you want? Which stages do you want to be on? What kind of events do you want to sell and have people to you? What kind of coaching do you want to do? So we're going to talk about that. Then we're going to talk about, based on that brand positioning, what you want to be known for, what you want to do, what you want to sell. Then we're going to talk about your marketing strategy. What do you need to be doing on social media? What do you need to be saying in your email? And we're going to break down very specifically. So again, not theory. I'm not going to give you 3 points. You're going to write it out. You're going to leave with a written plan. Then we're also going to talk about sales goals. Tap your neighbor who's watching this and let them know that sales are not a sin. You know what trips me out? We talk about scriptures like God has given us the power to create wealth. We talk about scriptures like that God came that we would have life and life more abundantly. And we know abundance is ours. But in order to have at least the financial abundance, a lot of saints really aren't trying to sell anything. And I'm like, sis, bro, if you're going to reach the financial goal that you have, you're going to have to sell something. And I know that's uncomfortable. So guess what? We're going to talk about that. How do you create consistent sales without being salesy? And I get it. It's uncomfortable. I used to be the worst. I used to be so uncomfortable. And to be honest, now it comes so naturally. I can sell water to somebody in the pool. And I'm going to tell you how I made that jump. Okay. Right. About the accidental 5-figure day I had recently. Like, wasn't even trying to, right? I realized, like, no, I need to open up these secrets and really, really go deep with this. Okay. And then we're going to talk about sales strategy. So that's how I got there. Is that if you say, Tiffany, honestly, I like to walk away from this job and I would really like to make about 10, 20,000 a month. Okay, cool. Here's how we break that down. Here's the activity you need to actually do to meet that goal. This is the monthly activity. Here's the weekly activity. Do this week, this week, this week, this week. Goal reached. Because you know what? We're not making it that plain. And the scripture says to write the vision, make it plain so that when you see it, you can run. But I realize that too many people aren't running because it isn't written and it isn't plain. So I'm sharing this with you. You may be saying to yourself, well, it's October and that's a long ways away. But as you can imagine, this is not a big conference for 400 people. This is a mastery event. I'm going to be hands-on with each of you one-on-one throughout that experience. And so we're not letting a whole lot of people in. So if you wait to register for this event, your feelings are going to be hurt. You're going to be like, oh, I thought I had time. It was January. No, sis, this is a CEO event. Okay. And CEOs are registering now for this type of event. Okay. So I want you to go ahead over to theblueprintevent.com. How do I know that this event is for me? It's real simple. You have a goal in your business and you have not consistently been meeting it. I know you don't want to tell us, but your business bank account is tapping you on the shoulder right now saying, sis, go ahead and sign up for that because we would like it to be a little bit bigger. And that's if you have a business bank account. You may not even be there yet, which is another reason you absolutely need to be here. Okay. So that's all I got for you. Here's a review of what we talked about today. You need a real audience. You need a target. Yes. You need to decide who in the world you're going to actually solve. And then 2, you need to get honed in on what transformation you offer them. People buy solutions, not your products or services. We don't care how many shades it comes in, what it says, how many sessions. We want to know, how will we be better after we purchase it? And then finally, tribe. Don't just one night stand me. I don't want to just buy from you one time. I'd like to be a part of your community. So where can you take me where we can play and encourage and really get to know each other so that when you offer the next thing, I'll buy that too. All right, guys. And don't forget to go on over to theblueprintevent.com, register your seat. This will also be a really great practical gift to get somebody. somebody in your life is building business and you know they're ready to go up a level, invest in them. Send them to the Blueprint event. This will be a really, really great event. All right, guys. And of course, lastly, if you're not already a part of our tribe and list, go on over to kingdomboss.com, which is under construction because we got new things coming, but you can still get on our CEO list there. Our CEO report comes out every Wednesday, and it's got juicy nuggets and stuff in there that I never share on social media. So make sure you join that. All right, guys, I love you. I'm praying with and for you. And I'll see you again next week on our Kingdom Boss Masterclass. I have an incredible guest who is a social media expert. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Has just incredible knowledge about building an audience on social media. So he's really going to bring some great nuggets. So make sure you join us again here next week at 6 p.m. All right, guys. Peace.